All right, let's cut to the chase. The Zelensky-Putin summit is still nowhere in sight. Europe is considering sending troops to Ukraine as a security guarantee. But right now, that summit isn't even penciled in. Instead, the tension just keeps building. And Europe is weighing a move that could change everything, sending troops to Ukraine as a security guarantee. So, where do things stand? Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been busy, joining a handful of key European leaders at the White House for high-stakes talks with U.S. President Donald Trump. The goal? Patch up those shaky NATO ties and finally get everyone pulling in the same direction. And honestly, for a moment, it felt like progress. Trump, after his last sit-down with Putin, dropped hints about future joint talks, including Zelensky. But here's the catch. Moscow's not playing ball until every single issue is clarified, on their terms. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, Independence Day has a bittersweet edge. Soldiers and civilians are marking their fourth celebration since the full-scale war started. The front lines look eerily similar to last year, but you can sense there's more hope now. Still, the attacks haven't let up. In fact, Russian airstrikes have hit a new high, with waves of drones and missiles slamming cities and military sites night after night. Russia's even pushing further into Donetsk. But Ukrainian defenders are holding on. Barely, but bravely. Zelensky put it best. We need a just peace. A peace where only we decide our future. He's not sugarcoating it. Ukraine hasn't won, not yet, but it sure hasn't lost either. And just to prove a point, Ukrainian drones recently hit a Russian nuclear plant, sparking a fire. But no major damage, at least according to Russian sources. Both sides are still fighting with every tool they've got, even as peace talks sort of flicker in the background. In Alaska, Putin and Trump shared a rare handshake. And honestly, some smiles. For Russia, that's a PR win. But for Ukraine, the list of Russian demands is long. Surrender all of eastern Donbas, stay out of NATO, declare neutrality, and keep Western troops away. That last point is a real sticking point, especially now that Europe is considering sending international troops to Ukraine as part of a security guarantee. Around 30 countries are talking about it. France, Britain, Belgium, Lithuania, Estonia ready to step up. The US? They're sticking to political and logistical support. No boots on the ground. Putin claims he's ready to meet Zelensky once the agenda is clear. But as always, it's complicated. Ukraine says it's ready to talk, just as soon as Russia agrees to a real ceasefire. So, will peace come because the world steps up? Or does it still depend on two leaders finally sitting down face to face? Right now, the summit is just a hope. But hope in Ukraine is still very much alive. Stay with us for updates as talks evolve. Subscribe for the latest. Thanks for watching.